All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Check out the NFL playlist for more videos like this. And let's talk a little bit about New Orleans Saints. They dumped Drew Brees. Talked about Taysom Hill, excuse me. And they now signed Jameis Winston. But let's talk about it. Share the video, best way to donate to the channel. But the big thing about Taysom Hill little deal is that it is basically an extension that's very, very avoidable, and that moves most of his guarantee, well, half his guarantee money or the majority of his guarantee money to the next year. But they on the hook for that guarantee money. So his cap hit went from 16 million this year to around 7.5 million. So, they didn't really have no cap space. So they had to make something shake, like some shake and bake chicken. So, basically, if Jameis win the job, they can get rid of, with this extension, they can avoid Taysom Hill contract, but they still own the guaranteed money next year. With Jameis Winston, he got a max value, which is an incentive contract that's going to max out at $12 million. So basically, they giving them a very, very even opportunity to win the battle. And that's good, because I think Jameis is a better quarterback. Well, who knows? Taysom Hill could get some confidence, work on his mechanics, work on his accuracy, and he brings the basically the new age quarterback trait of mobility. And if he beat Jameis fair and square, then so be it. Now, will they waffle? Who knows it? But we know Jameis got number 1 overall talent. Jameis is a very, very talented guy. The problem with Jameis, when they put him in Tampa, he had nothing. Right, but receivers, okay? He didn't have Tristan Wirfs, and he didn't have Leonard Fournette. He didn't have the Bruce Arians that Tom Brady got to convince to run the ball, then play action. He didn't have a blocking tight end and Gronkowski. And that's not saying, I'm not saying that he better than Tom or nothing like that. Tom is the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes. But Tom was able to have better leadership, and shit, Tom been playing football, playing college ball, I think, since the 90s. So he's been in the league since the early 2000s. And what happened was Tom was able to convince Bruce Arians to run the ball, and it was able to get better protection for him, But Tom Brady went through his stretches this year where he had his horrendous picks, where they couldn't protect him, and they started going with heavier sets and running the ball and throwing people off. That was the difference. If Jameis had that, not saying he would have took the Bucs to the championship, but his turnovers would have been cut down, and he would have been a lot more successful than he was. But Tom was the right guy to go through it with. But with Jameis, I just think he just needs somebody to reel him in, where he can run the ball. He had more balance. If Jameis had more balance, I think Jameis would be a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. He got the arm, he got the talent, but Taysom Hill not gonna be easy to beat out. 1, he got the complexion for the selection. 2, he mobile, and it's gonna be interesting. But with Drew Brees, man. We'll get to Drew Brees in a minute, but with Jameis, Jameis gotta turn the ball over. Jameis can't make dumb decisions. Jameis got the arm. Jameis got the accuracy. Jameis got the talent. Jameis got to cut down. But if somebody told me like Bruce Arians to drop back 100 times and throw the ball down the field, I'm gonna have a lot of interceptions too. So with Sean Payton, if he able to reel him in and not throw a lot of interceptions, then he gonna be more successful. And all it takes is an injury. All it takes for a bad stretch like Taysom Hill lost to the Eagles, and then they rushed Drew Brees back not too long after that. That's all it's gonna take. Same thing for Jameis. He win. All it's gonna take is a bad stretch. But moving on, Drew Brees did retire today officially. There was a lot of talks about him maybe pulling the okie doke and coming back, but it was needed. He was the biggest obstacle, not in the regular season, why the Saints couldn't get over the hump. He was a choke guard. Even in that Super Bowl, if it wasn't for Peyton Manning being the bigger choke artist and throwing that pick 6 to Tracy Porter, Drew Brees wouldn't even have one. And Drew Brees just choke every year, every time they get to the championship, and they want to blame the reps. Quarterback need to make better decisions. But, Jameis Winston got to get him to the playoffs. Taysom Hill got to get him to the playoffs. That's the biggest difference. Check out the NFL playlist. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, query, sponsorship, video requests, all that social media links description. Twitter's the fast way than Facebook than Instagram. Also got a Facebook group. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's the description. PayPal link there as well. Appreciate the love, support. Best way to donate. Share the video.